So hello everyone. So our today's topic is JPA. So in any enterprises, applications performs a database operations. So it is used for storing the data, then retrieving the data in various amount of the data. So despite of all the available technologies for storing and management, the application developers normally normally struggle to perform the operations well efficiently without efficient. So generally, the Java developers uses a lots of code to or uses the framework that interact with the database. So whereas a JPA comes in the framework, so it interacts with database and reduce the significantly its form in the bridge, and it perform as a bridge between the objects and the database. So first of all, what is a JPA? So JPA, it is a data Java specification for managing the relational database. So it allows us to access the precise data between the Java objects, class, and relational database. So the JPA follows the object relational mapping, which is OPM. So it is used for the interaction. So it is an provide a numerous of entity management. So the API performs an operations or query, which is the transition of an object. So it is against of a database. It is used to perform the platform original and independent object, which is query language. So there are three features on which the JPA consists. First one is the Java persistent API. Then second one is the object relational variable, and third one is the API shell defined with the persistent package. So the JPA, it is not a framework, it is a concept which can be implemented by any framework. So where JPA can be used? So JPA can be used to reduce the burden of writing the code for a relevant object. So it is used to manage the programmers and follow the JPA providers framework, which allows us to interact with the database and interface. Here the required framework is taken as a Java JPA. So next we will discuss the JPA provider. So the JPA provider, it is a open source. Therefore there are various amount of the enterprises vendors such as Oracle, Eclipse, etc. These are the product includes in it, like Hibernate, Eclipse, Spring Database, Data JPA, etc. Then next we will discuss about the JPA features. So first of all, it is the powerful repository and custom object mapping. Then it is the support of a cross storage persistent. It means it is an entity that can be partially stored into the MySQL, and next one is it is the dynamically generated queries. So for queries and method name. So next one is the domain name class provides the basic properties. Then next is it supports the auditing. Then next one is the possibility to integrate the custom repository of a code. Then next we will discuss about the JPA architecture. So the JPA architecture, it is a source to store the business entities as a relational entities. So it shows how to define the POJO, as an entity and how to manage the entity with relation. So next we will figure out the description of the class level architecture of a JPA. So first of all, the persistent. So it is a class that contains of a static method to obtain an entity management factories. Then next one is the entity management factory. So it is a factory of an entity which creates and manage the multiple instance of an entity manager. Then entity manager, it is a interface. It contains the persistent operation of an object, so it works for the query and instance. Then next one is entity. So entity, it is the entities that are provided the persistence of an object which stores as a record in the database. Then next we will discuss about the JPA methods, different methods present in a JPA. So JPA, there are some built-in methods in a JPA. So JPA internally implements Hibernate, but for the loose coupling, there are some predefined methods which are available in the JPA interface. So that can be save, delete method, find, etc. These are some methods which are present in the JPA, where the CUD operation is the basic in the framework of a JPA.